Hi, this is Michael Orrell from MobileBurn.com, and today I have with me the very pink LG Delight for T-Mobile USA.
So here's the Delight in its box. Pull this open here. Here's the phone. You can see it's pretty thin in profile, and even when folded up it's still only about 0.6 inches thick. About 3.5 ounces in total weight. You notice the clear section right here, some lighting effects that are supposed to come out there. We'll take a look at that later once we power it up. Let's take a look at what's in the box first. User guide, starting guide right here. Some terms and conditions as well. There's a micro USB cable, so you can plug it into the wall adapter or into a personal computer, just like that. And a pair of white stereo headphones. Also make use of the micro USB connector, no 3.5mm port on this phone. It's a call end and send button on the front, and of course the microphone. That's it. So here's the phone. I'm going to try to pull off some of these protective coatings on here pretty well. This is the bubblegum pink model. See, it has a nice sheen to it. Very, very pink though. More of these covers. They're all over the place on this phone. You can see some green ones on the edge here. And of course some inside as well. Alright, so let's take a look at it. As I mentioned before, really nice thin profile. Nice feel on the keys here. Pink D-pad, large center buttons, everything's very well defined, very easy to feel. On the left hand edge here we have volume control, up and down there. So a lanyard loop fixing point there on the hinge. We've got a 2 megapixel camera on the back. Pop the rear cover off, take a quick look. You can see there's the micro SD memory card slot, and this is a 900 milliamp hour battery. T-Mobile and LG say it's good for 5.5 hours of talk time or up to 15 days of standby time. On the right hand edge is the micro USB port used for data as well as the included headset. Then there's a camera shutter button right there as well. You can see this clear edge is where the lighting effects come through, and we'll take a look at that soon. Let's power up the phone and see what it does. You can see the hidden external display now. It shows caller ID information. Really impossible to see that it's there until it actually lights up, which is pretty cool. And now you can see some of the lighting effects. You can see when I opened it up how it's lighting up there, showing on my fingers. I'll have to see if it does colors or anything like that. Really cool wide display. Looks really, really sharp. This has a very female or childlike look to it, but it's nicely done nonetheless. If you get a good look at it, everything looks hand-drawn. It's really kind of cool. I'm not really into the bubblegum pink color, but I do like what they're doing here. Because of this 2.8-inch large wide QVGA display, the phone's pretty long overall. Even when folded shut, it's long for a folder. Opened up, it's a heck of a big phone. Not heavy, not thick or anything like that, just substantially large in terms of physical size. Let's jump back into the main menu and go into some sub-menus just so you can see what everything looks like. Go into settings here and display, and maybe we'll change the theme, see what they have. Let's try sky. Doesn't seem that much different. Oh, there you go. Really cool looking. and jump to settings by hitting the 9 button. Oh yeah, very nice. You see we've got a dedicated back button here between the call end and call send buttons, so I can get back a screen just by tapping on it. Really slick the way this looks though. You see I'm moving left or right to go from menu to menu. Really quite well done. Here's some of the light effects settings. You can see we can change the pattern. And more interestingly, you can change the color. It's pretty neat the way it works. And something that a lot of people like is the ability to change font styles. This is for dialing. Also for the menus, you've got different font sizes as well as different fonts. Now you can see the main menu items are much larger. I'll load up the web browser here with the mobileburn.com site. You can see there's a really strong signal here. This is very unlike other phones we've used on T-Mobile in this area. T-Mobile's signal is pretty weak in this area, and this has a very strong 3G connection right now. This device will work, of course, in the US on T-Mobile's 3G network, and also work overseas on both GSM and 3G networks in, say, Europe. It uses a kind of a mouse pointer to navigate. Tends to jump from link to link though, so it's not too bad. Let's see if we have some sort of zooming options. Does not reflow the text though, so it makes it a little bit difficult to read. Let's see if it happens to do landscape. It does. It does do landscape, which is quite nice. And pull up another page here. Comes up pretty well. We'll see how it does with the full Mobile Burn website. And here it comes, finally coming up. It looks like it's formatting it properly. Took a little while. Automatically zoomed out so as you can fit everything. Fortunately, that makes it so as you can't actually read it. Let's zoom in to see if we can read it better. You can see the text gets better once you zoom in, but then you have problems navigating. It's can't fit all the text on the screen at once, so it's not really viable for reading at this point. Here's the contact list. You can see if I enter in a F by hitting the 3 key three times, it'll move down to Flickr. Hit the back button to get back for searching again. If I try to search on, say, balance, we get nothing, so it only seems to search on the first name. You can see there's predefined contacts for uploading photos to Flickr, Kodak, PhotoBookit, and Snapfish. Take a look at one of the contacts just so you can see it. Nothing too exciting. This is the messaging system. Create a new message here. You can see there's symbols. Using the right soft key to get to those. Put it into T9 mode, and I'm going to turn it sideways here just so you can see it's a little difficult. Seems to work okay. And we'll send it off. You can see it says conversations, which implies that it's threaded SMS, which is nice. And we just received a new message, so I'm going to hit the left soft key to view it. You see this is the reply. We're in the really large font because I set that in the system settings. Now if I go back into the menu here, go back into messaging and conversations, you can see the conversation. It's not the prettiest threaded SMS system at all, but it definitely works. I've reloaded the browser just so you can see how this multitasking button right here next to the D-pad above the call end button works. See, I just press it and then I can move over to Home or any other application that's currently running, and then just by pressing it again I can get back. This is the media directory, and I'm going to go into the music player here. And we'll pick a song. You can see if I press the right soft key I can minimize the player. The little triangle up there indicates the song's playing. No obvious controls here though. You can see moving the D-pad didn't switch tracks, it instead loaded up the camera. And there's no external indication that songs are playing either. But otherwise the application does seem to work pretty well, and I can easily jump back into it with the multitasking key. I'm going to activate the camera by pressing the shutter button. You'll see it comes up here. Camera is located down here, so it's a little difficult to get into the video frame here to show you, but you just point and shoot. And now we're recording a video clip, so I'll move around a little bit so you can see what's going on. And we're done. And let's see if we can play it back. Not obviously. There. Okay. So now we're going to play the clip back. Now we're recording a video clip, so I'll move around a little bit so you can see what's going on. And let's see if I can switch into camera mode here with the D-pad. There we go. Probably can press the shutter button, but or the D-pad button. Let's just take a shot there. It's a little awkward because of the bend. The display is not facing the way that the camera's pointing and stuff, but I guess it works overall. Now in the media player photo section, just so I can show you some of the photos, you can see it does both landscape and portrait mode, so it uses the orientation sensor. Nothing too fancy here though. So that's the LG D-Lite for T-Mobile USA. I want to point out that I had to insert my own micro SD memory card in order to use the music player, though it won't work without a card added to it. In any event, some other features include visual voicemail, and there's GPS navigation capabilities as well. The device is on sale for $49.99 after rebates and with a contract and stuff like that, and it's really quite nice for a feature phone. It has a lot of cool functionality, really nice user interface, and it's just quite different. I like it quite a bit. Again, the LG D-Lite for T-Mobile USA. I'm Michael Orrell for MobileBurn.com.